You know when you order a new video game, or a golf club, or a blender, and then it arrives at your door, you get a little thrill. Imagine how much more thrilling it is when you order a new car. With Nissan at home, you can shop for the perfect ride and order it without ever having to go anywhere. Sure beats a golf club or a blender. Buy a new car entirely online with Nissan at home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway. Thrill starts here. Services may vary at participating dealers, subject to applicable law. See dealer for details.
Yes, hello, Sean Gotti here, coming to you from Raleigh, North Carolina. And there's not a single radio show around here that's worth a damn. So I'm listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast, coming to you live Monday through Friday. So sit back, get your trays in the upright position, feet and elbows out of the aisle, because here he comes, Eric Zane. Hello, hello, hello! Whoa, 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 whoa! Yeah! Oh my gosh! Welcome to each and every one of you to the Eric Zane Show podcast, happening as it always does in the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. The little dormer above my garage, okay? Which I just love it. Thank you so much for being here to the show, as it always has been for nearly 3 years now, a live element. Started on Facebook, and then it's kind of evolved over time. Here we are in beautiful Twitch. Twitch.com/Eric Zane Live, where you can see the show live, brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Okay, my gosh. So that's basically it. You can get the show live as it happens at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The clock's moved back. We got that extra hour of sleep, which normally that's like the best thing in the world. But for some reason, I couldn't sleep at the time that you're supposed to move the clocks back. I was like, what is going on here? I can't. Oh, this is terrible. More on my weekend in just a second. As well, you can, of course, get the audio podcast wherever you download podcasts. Thank you so much. If you want to just get it on my website, that's cool too, ericzaneshow.com. And there you go. Weird driving back from... Actually, kind of like in the neighborhood and listening to myself on the radio, to the voice-tracked sounds on Big 101.3. Me is talking into Help Me Rhonda by the Beach Boys. If it wasn't so damn easy to do, it wouldn't be worth my time. If I didn't have it right here in the house where I could just click a button and then I'm on the radio, I take it back. I'd still do it. I would still drive into the radio station and actually lose money. Kind of. Not exactly. It's not like it's 2 hours away. But, but it's my weekend air shift, 6 p.m. to midnight, voice tracked. And they're not even trying to, shield the whole voice tracking thing. It actually says on the radio, portions of this show are pre-recorded. And it's, that obviously means the guy who's on the air, because if it's the music, I never once thought it was being performed live. When I hear Papa Was a Rolling Stone for the 8 millionth time, I didn't really think the Temptations were performing live in the studio. I don't think there's a bunch of actors acting out the commercials. So what does that leave you? The guy or the girl on the air. So now it actually, I don't know why they do this. It says portions of this show are pre-recorded. It actually says that like in between the songs. I'm like, what? Is there a law or something now that says that they have to do that? I have no idea. But nevertheless, the weekend that was. It was a fantastic weekend. As I went up north to Fear Bunker North. Now, okay. This is a little weird for me because I go up there and Diana will not go with me. She says, until that old trailer that we stay in, which was it's a 1951, 52 Pontiac Chief trailer. She goes, until it's mice free, I will not be in that. I'm not going in that. Now I've done everything. Well, no, I haven't done everything. I still haven't done the real work of trying to find where they're getting in. I mean, I've attempted it, but I always run out of time, and this week was no exception because this trip was no exception because I had something to do. But you got to get on the bottom of the thing. You have to crawl underneath it. It's up on stands, if you will, and actually look and try to find where the hole is where the fucking mice are getting in. And I haven't yet done that. So every time when I leave there, I set traps, mouse traps all over the place. But I'm not getting to the root of the problem, where the mice are getting in. But every time I go in there with new hope, fingers crossed, that they'll have just stopped. And I actually put this device in there that emits sound. Okay, it says, oh, yes, this will alleviate all of your problems. It emits a high-pitched sound, and the mice hate it, and they will turn around and go right back where they came, and they're going to say, fuck this shit, we're not staying in here. That thing doesn't work for dick. It doesn't work at all, because I went in there, and the first thing that I do is I check the traps. And there's a mouse. A little brown fucker. I'm like, ah, shit. And then I checked another one. I'm like, ah, great. So it didn't work again. Not all the traps had mice in them, but there's 6 traps. 2 of them had mice. I'm like, well, back to the drawing board. And I don't dare lie to the Queen of the Forest. I don't want to lie to her. All right. So that sucks. That's the first thing I do when I get in there. And then I noticed that there's, before I went in there, there was a business card stuck in the door of the fear bunker. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck is this? Somebody had been there. And who is it? Was it even? Yeah, okay, I got it. Maple Forest Township Assessor was there. He left his card, his business card. And on the back, he wrote, I was here, 10/13/21. I'm like, well, why were you there? And I'm like, what does the township assessor do? I don't even know what that is. Something about taxes. I'm like, oh, great. That's all I need. So he showed up there. That was weird. When I pulled in on Friday night to the fear bunker, all right, there was snow everywhere. I'm like, oh, shit. Now, I went up there to rake the leaves, okay? I went up there because if you don't get this done, the leaves, there's a massive pile of leaves there, and it kills the grass, okay? And so that's a little weird. And so I'm like, well, what the hell am I going to do? This is the only reason why I came up there to rake the damn leaves. Like, what am I going to do? That's why I'm here. And there was a couple of spots. You see, the sun never hits the floor over there because there's trees all around. It barely gets any sun. It's like, shit. Well, sure enough, it got warm enough on Saturday that most of them melted. But you got to understand, I'm raking super wet leaves. And I'm like, oh, fuck, son of a bitch. Not the easiest job in the world. And a messy affair. Son of a bitch, was this gruesome. And I'm like, this sucks so bad. The dogs love it. I got Bruce, I got O'Neill, and me. But all right, so that was kind of a pain in the ass. I got a lot of work done though. But man, was it? My feet were soaking wet leaves all over the place. Just a catastrophe. And then the saving grace, I heard it. What is that? That's the Gatling gun on an A-10 Thunderbolt 2 Warthog. They're back. Last year at about the same time, I'll never forget it. I was there, and I'm like, what the hell is that, a thunderstorm? And it was these fighters just above the trees buzzing over. And I posted the video on Facebook. It was incredible. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I heard him again. I'm like, holy shit, we're going to get another air show. Now, these things, the damn Gatling gun on the front of this thing is made to blow up tanks. So what they do is my God, this Gatling gun, the rounds that come out of this thing are like a foot long and like this big around. Massive, like 3 inches across. And son of a bitch, they go through a tank's armor like paper. And so they practice in and around there. So I'm like, oh, yes, this is so awesome. And I hear them coming. I'm like, oh, my God. But they're way up. I could see them way up in the sky. I was like, oh, shit, there they are. I hope they come down. So they're like circling around. And they never fucking did. They never came down. I was like, shit, I wanted them to be there. So it is so cool. I mean, seriously, you just sit down and just watch your own private air show. And they go right over the place. Oh, my God. Not to be this time, though. I was kind of bummed out. Okay, so there I am raking my ass off, and I'm exhausted, and it's time to watch some TV. What did I watch? Okay, let's watch Michigan State and Purdue. It's got Michigan State, after that big win against Michigan, they got to be kicking ass against Purdue. I turned it on. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What? Huh? These assholes. I was interested in the storyline of them having but they were, having a great year, but they were absolutely exposed as frauds as they lay an egg at Purdue. Oh, my God, you assholes. After all of that work you did, beating Michigan and embarrassing the shit out of those guys, and here you are in Indiana, and you fuck it all up. You fucked your whole season up. You're out. You have no business. And then I love it how, and Michigan fan does this too, when they're like, well, yeah, but we still got life in us. Yeah, fuck you. You have no life whatsoever. Michigan has no business being in the Final Four. Michigan State, same thing. Fuck you guys. You guys had an opportunity, both of you, to be there at the end of the year and finally get rid of stupid-ass teams like Alabama. But fuck you. Alabama's going to go back. Ohio State's going to beat the shit out of Michigan. They're going to beat the shit out of Michigan State. They're going to go back. It's going to be Georgia, Ohio State. Who the fuck else? I don't even know. Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, I just said them. And then probably Oregon. God, please don't let it be this stupid Cincinnati bullshit. They barely beat Tulane. My God, enough with this Cincinnati horse shit. They play shitty teams and barely beat them. So fuck you, Michigan State. Fuck you, Michigan. You're both asshole teams. You're not on the same level as those 4 or 5 elite teams in the nation. You suck tons of dick. You deserve exactly what you got. And all this shit about Kenneth Walker. That guy had another great game. He's probably going to win the Heisman, but still. Oh, my God. I cannot believe you fucked that up. Embarrassing. In the middle of the night, sound asleep, Fear Bunker North. All right, I got to take a leak. Okay, so what you do here, there's no plumbing. You just open up this door, and you just stand there and just let out the door. And I open up the door, and my eyes get as big as saucers. I'm like, what the fuck am I seeing? I've been going there since I was 6 weeks old. That same exact spot. I have never seen a more striking, unbelievably cosmic view of the stars. I was like, it was 80 billion flashlights staring at me. I could not believe the brightness of this. No moon, just... And what's crazy is when I looked up, what I could see was the arm of the Milky Way. Like all of these interstellar gases, okay? And clouds, nebula clouds. I'm actually looking at it. I'm like, what the fuck am I? This is incredible. Oh, dude, I can't even begin to describe that. And I'm like just standing there peeing. And then I realize some of my pee is going inside of the fear bunker. And I'm like, oh, God, I got to lean over a little more. Wow. Oh. Seriously, I've never seen anything like it. The absolute darkness that I was in led to an exposure of the cosmos that it just blew my mind. And I've been in some, when we were in the desert in Utah, there was this one area, it says, darkest place on earth, you will see incredible things. That did not even compare to what I saw when I was standing there with my wiener hanging out going pee. Seriously. Oh my gosh. And then though all I was doing was going up there alone, which I hate going up there without Diana. But again, she won't go up there and if there's mice there. As much as I hate that moment of looking at the sky, I was like, holy shit, this is worth the price of admission alone. Oh my God. So I got warthogs, I got dogs, okay. And then I'm sitting there and I had my bagel sandwiches, my little TV tray, watching football. Just the absolute best. My God. Hope you had a good time too in your weekend. I did want to start with that as opposed to diving in because there was a pretty screwed up story over the weekend that I got to talk about. And I got to talk about Aaron Rodgers. Jesus Christ. Oh, shit. All right. I'll get to that in a second. But welcome in to each and every one of you joining me live on Twitch. Crank says, did you wash your hands? No. You don't do that when you're up north. You don't wash your hands. Come on. Just go right to bed. And if I'm going to wash my hands, I have to grab a gallon of water and just because I had to bring my water up there with me. All right. Geez, he finally acknowledges us after 20 minutes. Moron, that is the world famous Joey Williamson. Hey, I'm glad you're all here. Welcome to you all. Thank you. Celestial excitement leads to star boners. Absolutely. And last night, I took a picture and posted it on Facebook and on Twitter. The moon, is the moon a planet or is the moon? Crescent moon, beautiful crescent moon right next to Venus. Snapped that pic with an iPhone, posted it, looked awesome. Shit, yes. All right. So cool. This show, when I'm done with this one, we take it over to Patreon. And I want you to be here for that. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Every single day when I get done with this podcast, the accompanying show that goes with it is right there. So, frankly, if you have a lot of time to listen at work with your earbuds doing your thing, and you're like, oh man, he's just 2 hours on the podcast. I wish I had a little bit more to go with that. Well, there you go. The Patreon does that. 15 hours of content every single week. In addition to the Patreon bonus podcast that I just described, you got the Lost Zane recordings, which I'm going to post a little bit later on today. Sorry, someone made me laugh in the comments. Not to mention that, the Insane Asylum, my 2-hour music-driven radio show where I play DJ on Northern Michigan's Q100, Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia, and then the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, all there for you. on my Patreon. Just $5 or $10 a month. Thank you so much if you are already a subscriber to it, or if you have in the past. Some of you, when you've subscribed to the Patreon, left in a huff. I still thank you for supporting the show. I would love you to come back, except for one of you. I actually banned Bleeding Heart Brian. If he wanted to give me money, he would not be able to sign up on Patreon. I actually made it so he can't do it. He is not allowed back. He is not allowed to give me money. All right. And if I see him on here, I'll ban him too. I don't even know. It would show up as a different name though. Okay, I have attained affiliate status on Twitch. What does that mean? I'm not sure. I do not know. And if you haven't signed up with your Amazon account yet, good. I didn't want you to. That's why I've deliberately said don't sign up with your Amazon account. But that's going to happen very, very soon. So just stand by. I'll fill you in on all the details of that. Some of you are like, oh, man, I already did. I didn't want you to do that. All I wanted you to do was follow the page. So there's that. More on that coming up. I have a meeting with Big Dick Don Collins. I know there's a Big Dick Donnie Veltman. Well, I just call him that because it reminds me of Don Veltman. Don Collins, who is the guy here behind Twitch. He's my helper. Word on the street is that Cardiff Electric joined the Zaniac Zoom over the weekend. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that. Patriot Nick, I'm going to call you right now to talk to you about that. So your phone is going to ring while you're watching the show. Sorry. Fat finger. Okay.
Good morning, Eric.
Hey, what's up, Nick? How are you, buddy?
Oh, not too bad about yourself.
Did Cardiff make it on to the Zaniac Zoom?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, I didn't see it. I don't know. He reached out to me and he told me what he was up to. You reached out to me and said, Zane, you should send Cardiff an invite to our Zaniac Zoom. Okay. And then I misunderstood you and I go, yeah, that's going to be great. And you said, no. I meant I want you to do it, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, I did not know whether he would even get the message, but when I sent it to him, he absolutely responded right away and said, what time? And so it was just a handful. It was started at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And then he reached out to me, Nick, and said, I'm not camera ready, so it's going to be voice only. Is that what he did?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take me through it on your end, how the audience reacted and when he even showed up.
Well, the Duchess disappeared completely immediately.
Oh, she said, I don't want to be part of this and left the Zoom.
No, she just turned off her camera and mic and walked away.
Okay, so she has such a distaste for this segment that she said, I don't want any part of it.
Pretty much, yeah. Then Amanda proceeded to ask him about the size of his crank, which was kind of weird.
She asked him about the size of his penis?
Yeah.
Wow, that's strange. Okay, well, she probably wanted to have sex with him because, she'll sleep with anything.
I mean, she was drooling when she was asking, so it was kind of weird.
Okay, great. Okay, and then take me through it. What happened next?
Well, then he proceeded to throw out a few ad reads for you, and then he tried to entice us away from your Patreon to his.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know he was going to do that. Well, he sometimes he's a little bit of a wild card. You don't know what you're going to get with Cardiff.
Well, that's a very accurate description.
Okay. Now, I think we need to talk, Nick. A lot of people, most of the people hate Cardiff. Okay.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And you and I, it's not like we listen to Cardiff for anything really funny. It's what we laugh about is we laugh at how everybody gets disgusted with Cardiff.
No, I just subbed to his Patreon as well.
Okay, so you actually love what he's doing.
Yeah, he's the #1 podcaster in the world.
Okay, very good. I see you've totally drank the Kool-Aid. Well, what are your thoughts on people who hate Cardiff? Because, I mean, I think I'm actually driving people away. I think Dirk has walked away from the show. Well, there's a lot of reasons why I think Dirk is out of the show, too. But I think Cardiff is one of them.
I think Cardiff was the final nail.
Yeah. And I think that's a lot of people feel that way. It's it's not like he spends a lot of time. It's like 5 minutes of one show that he's on.
Oh, absolutely. It's not completely intolerable. He's pretty funny, actually.
Wow. Okay. Well, all right. I just wanted to get your. It was kind of like a spur of the moment thought by you to have him on. Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was like, I should try to get Cardiff on. That'd be awesome.
Now, do you have any idea who he is? Because I do not, and I don't know if people believe me about that.
I really don't want to delve into that too much because I'm not allowed to really delve into it too much.
Oh, so you might, are you saying you may know who this is?
May or may not.
All right. Well, Nick, I appreciate you, buddy. Have a good one, okay?
You as well, man. I appreciate you.
Okay, talk to you. There you go. The one and only Dirk. I'm sorry, Dirk. Jesus. The one and only Nick. Dirk. I think Dirk is, I think he's done. I think he has had it. I have pushed him so far. He cannot take it anymore. And it's just not happening. I have officially, well, I can't say officially. He just stopped. He just is no longer part of anything. He might be lurking here, playing that game where he I'm just going to go silent. He had been doing that more and more often, where he just would disappear. But I don't know. Again, there's I'm not asking for any departures and arrivals. I understand if people don't want to be part of the show anymore, that's totally on them. I still do what I do and let people sort it out. The open and the live stream of this show brought to you by Dumpster Divers, 616-375-9962. 616-375-9962. Dumpster Divers, if you are in West Michigan, get a dumpster from Dumpster Divers. There's nothing better than putting that thing in there and then just throwing all your shit away that has just been sitting there for the longest time. By the way, my wife tried to throw my metal detector in the garbage. What, Zane, you have a metal detector? Yes, I have a metal. What is this? Who is this? I go, that's my metal detector. When did you get this? I guess my dad gave it to me. In fact, I took it up north. I was going to use it when I was up there. And because I had to get out of the house because Dinah wanted to throw it in the dumpster. Now, so the damn thing's up. I didn't even get to use it, and I wanted to so bad. There is nothing more exciting to me. Well, no, there's a lot of things that are more exciting, but that would be cool if you're walking around and the thing goes off. Start digging. Everybody has the idea that they're going to pull up gold coins from the earth. Anyway, thank God it didn't get thrown into the dumpster. Get a dumpster if you're in West Michigan from Dumpster Divers. They're cheaper than everybody else's. Okay? And you're supporting a local sponsor. Also ask about any type of job demolition, okay? Or junk removal. DumpsterDiversLLC.com. Kyle from Dumpster Divers, thank you. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. They sponsor the Facebook page. They sponsor Twitch. And they want you to take your car over there if you are in need of, anything to maintain your car. Keep it on the road. Any type of preventive maintenance or if something goes wrong. 616-532-6600. That's 616-532-6600. Online at irvines.com. ERVINES. Irvines.com. I just realized when I was driving up north, I don't have an accessible spare tire. And I'm like, well, fuck, this is stupid. What am I doing? I need a spare tire available in that thing. In that truck that I bought off my dad's, that I bought off my dad, Okay, the spare tire is bolted to the underside of the vehicle. It is rusted onto there. You can't get the thing off. And the actual wheel, okay, with the tire around it is rusted. What were they doing in 2003 when they designed trucks? Because every truck from that era, Ford, Dodge, General Motors, doesn't matter. It's like the shittiest design ever, especially these Silverados. The amount of rust on these things, it's like, come on, the fuck are you doing? I'm just waiting for the thing to break in half. I mean, nowadays trucks don't do that. What the fuck changed? It's horrible. And mine isn't even as bad as some of the other ones I've seen on the road. Mine, just those rocker panels are completely destroyed. And the underside where this spare tire is, if I wanted to there's no way I could get this spare tire off, ever. Even if I did get it off and then put it on the car, the second I rolled, the wheel would just collapse because the integrity is gone because of the amount of rust on it. I need to get a wheel and a tire, a spare, and put it in the bed. Jesus. Anyway, where was I? Caller Irvine, 616-532-6600. I actually know a guy who got the rust fixed on one of those old trucks like mine. And it came back. A couple of years. That's all it took. And then all of the repair work just rusted out. It's like, what? How? I mean, isn't it? I don't understand. Thanks again to Affordable Limousine. They are hiring drivers right now. I saw the one and only Jason Schaefer was driving a massive bus, a shuttle, beautiful shuttle. Oh, my God. I can only imagine what that party was like. Hopefully it was fun. Affordable Limousine and Party Bus in beautiful Grand Rapids, Michigan, is tripling the size of their drivers, their driver workforce, if you will. So what you do if you are an experienced driver with a CDLB with passenger endorsements is go to buscareers.com. Fill that form out and then wait. They're hiring drivers right now. Buscareers.com. That could be you earning an unbelievably competitive wage, about $18 an hour, and then tips on top of that. You know who doesn't get tips? The dump truck driver, the concrete mixer, the guy driving the bus for the city of Grand Rapids, the lady or the guy, young, old, doesn't matter, driving a big yellow school bus. They don't get tips. Nope. And they have to work, the man's hours. And you drive for Affordable Limousine and Party Bus. Okay, it's a little different. You just say, yeah, hey, I can only work between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Monday through Wednesday. Whatever you want. You decide what you want. This is a great job even for people who are like retired. Seriously. This is an awesome place to work. This is the exact description of working smarter, not harder. Because, okay, you're going to work like 18 hours a week and make the same amount of money as somebody who's working 50 hours a week. Wouldn't that be great? And you're doing it dressed up immaculately, looking like $1 million, driving a corporate bigwigs, sports teams, people getting married, bachelorette parties. Affordable Limousine, buscareers.com. Do it today. Okay. Aaron Rodgers on Pat McAfee. Okay. as usual, I am not going to sidestep this. This is a topic that is sidestepped on radio shows. Very interesting story to me. And that's why I'm talking about it. Because the world is talking about this. And you all know where I fall on this. So there's no sense trying to thread the needle or trying to have my cake and eat it too, suggesting an answer to you on this or a point of view that kind of appeases both of you, both sides of this. It's either get the vax, don't get the vax. I have never tried to do that. I've always been like, this is how I feel, and you do what you will with it. And if you're the type of person that sits there and gets butthurt because I have an opinion on something, well, that's your own fucking problem. I don't give a shit. When I say it, I say it. If you can process it and move on, we can all get along. Most of you at this point in the game understand that. I'm not breaking any new ground here with how I feel about the vaccination or whatever. For people on my Facebook page, though, by God, I posted, of course, the usual what you would expect me to say about this topic on Facebook. Man, what's the most fun about that now is watching people who don't listen to this show on a regular basis get what I write and then just kill me. Oh, shit. A lot of new faces. That's where I'll see new faces when people get their eyes on some of the things I post on Facebook. And they get super pissed off. And but you know what I did this time? Everybody got pissed off over what I said about Aaron Rodgers on Facebook. And or the people that did get pissed off, and they would come at me and just say the meanest shit. Oh, they're just ripping me a new one. And I did not get kicked off Facebook. I didn't respond. I kept it above board. So I don't know what the fuck I wrote. I don't want to read it word for word here. That isn't about this right now, but you can check it out. It's what you would expect from me. And people are like, I knew it. This is why I don't listen to you, you piece of shit. This is why you get fired. And they're killing me. But I kept it together. I gave them the old, sorry you feel that way. I say what I want to say, and you do what you will with it, friend. Now, what I want to say is I hope you fucking die, okay? I hope you get mouth AIDS or something like that, or I hope you get hit by a bus. But I kept it above board, and that's a first. Holy shit, I did not get banned. I was shocked. And I didn't swear at anybody. I didn't call anybody a nasty name. They called me plenty of nasty names and said horrible things about me, but I did not. I was like, yes, okay. It's kind of unfulfilling because I want to tell them that, whatever, and say something horrible to them, but I didn't. I kept it above board. And, man, people, a lot of pissed off people there on Facebook over what I wrote about that. I admire your restraint, sir. LOL. Public. There's a usual. I see there's a discussion already going on between the masses on the Twitch. I can't really get caught up with that, but I'm sure that the genie is out of the bottle on that one. Very proud of you, sir, says Adam. And okay. Going backwards, when I was, I got to read this. When I was talking about affordable limousine, I said, yeah, driving the bus driver for the city, concrete mixer, can't drop the E out of uses. Are you just naming all of Jason Schaefer's former jobs? Absolutely. All right. So, Aaron Rodgers, getting back to this. Going into Friday, All I knew is that Aaron Rodgers had COVID. All right. And that he went into a press conference in August and says, I am immunized. I said, I don't know. Maybe he was just lying. And I actually said on the show, I don't give a shit if he lied. I actually understand it. If he lied, no big deal. All right, you lied. You're probably going to get in trouble for that because there's some rules set up around that, and the other players are following the rules, but whatever. But it's not nearly that simple. He actually believes that when he says, I'm immunized, his belief is that as he described it on the show, and he didn't get into total detail, that the homeopathic remedies that he is taking with, when he says homeopathic, I mean, I can only guess because he didn't get exactly clear, didn't make it exactly clear what type of doctors he's talking about. But he kind of glossed over some type of, I guess, potions or concoctions. I don't know. He didn't say to give him immunization. And so we're not really sure what that means. But that is not, of course, the vaccination that you and I have taken, hopefully. It's something I guess this is a DIY immunization is what I'm filling in blanks here. He suggested. And so let me back up. He banged on the door of his friend Pat McAfee. It was an extremely popular podcast. And Pat McAfee used to be a punter in the NFL, and he's really hyper. And it's a fun show where they talk sports and bust each other's balls. And Aaron Rodgers appears there on the show every week. They're friends. Well, Rodgers shows up Friday. And now Pat McAfee he admitted, which I thought it was kind of a cop-out. I don't know anything about this, so I'm not going to really ask you any questions. And he didn't really ask him anything. It basically was just 30 minutes of Aaron Rodgers talking and saying what he believes, which, I feel that what Aaron Rodgers believes is all horseshit. And it is. My opinion. But my opinion is based on actual facts as opposed to him and whatever this crazy man believes. And some of you do believe what Aaron Rodgers believes. And so there's that. There's that element to it, but whatever. So Rodgers says, oh, no, well, I was immunized. Therapies and homeopathic. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Okay. And there was a number of things that he said on it, and you would have to go back and listen to it. I didn't want to go ahead and just do a bit-by-bit breakdown with the audio from every single thing the guy says, because you kind of like go into a wormhole of it's a lot. It's a lot to process. But I quickly figured out that this is, well, first of all, McAfee, he doesn't offer anything. He just kind of sits there. So that's kind of a bummer. So what this turns out to be is just a 30-minute infomercial by Aaron Rodgers about all the amazing things that he knows through his doctors and his team and whatever the fuck it is. And so a lot of bogus information is flying out of this guy's mouth. And just horrible. Absolutely one of the worst things I've ever heard. Hearing this guy go on and on and on. And so, I'm listening to it all, and I'm like, Jesus, this is something. And then he dives into, he goes, yeah, now I have COVID. And then he says, and I have consulted, and I'm waiting for him to say, I've consulted my medical team about how to treat this. But he says, no. He doesn't say that. He goes, I have consulted Joe Rogan. And if you were to go back to the clip, if you're watching it, because you could listen to it on the audio podcast of McAfee's, but you got to watch it because McAfee is sitting there and he's listening to Rodgers, and Rodgers goes, "Oh yeah," and he's all serious, very serious dude. It's this. He goes, "Yeah," and I consulted my new friend Joe Rogan, and McAfee. You very subtly you see his face go. He starts to smile. Then his hand goes over his mouth like this because he's laughing. You see him, he's trying to stifle the laughter. He's going, oh my God. I'm like, oh no. Holy shit. So Rodgers goes on and on and on. And then there's all, Rodgers makes the case for, look, I'm getting my ass handed to me because I did press conferences without a mask on, and people were in the room, and then Rodgers made the point. He goes, "Look, everybody in the room is vaccinated. I was tested earlier in the day, and there's no reason for me to wear a mask." And I actually agree with him. I'm like, yeah, I can see why you would. And he also said, and I'm immunized. So now the whole thing about the immunized is nonsense. You might as well take fucking pixie stick powder. You haven't immunized yourself in any way. And so, yes, I mean, if you're not wearing a mask, I guess there is potential for you to, but who really cares at this point? I actually don't give a shit. So, and he's probably 100% right. He doesn't have it if he gets tested in the morning and he's, so whatever. Okay. This happens. People do expose each other to COVID, and people who are immunized or vaccinated, I should say, Jesus, I can't spread it. I get all that. I don't have any problem with that at all. It's my only problem with Aaron Rodgers is that he spent 30 minutes blathering about shit that's 100% not true. And no one to check him on it. Okay? So he then spends all this time doing that. And by the end of the weekend, he had a partner with a local hospital that he hey, I'm Aaron Rodgers, and you should call on the team for hard help at Wisconsin General Hospital or whatever. They fired him. State Farm hasn't said anything yet. And the league may do something about what he did because, they kind of have an agreement with protocols and all the other players have followed it. And so, as a leader of the team, you still might also piss off some of your teammates. And, oh, by the way, he got COVID, which I'm sure he'll be fine. It appears he seems to be doing okay. He claims because he took his ivermectin. Okay, whatever. The team lost to Kansas City last night. So, all right, you made the bed, you sleep in it. Probably will be fine. Honestly, in order for anything really to change, well, nothing's going to change. Everybody's set in stone as to where they fall on this. If Aaron Rodgers suddenly got extremely ill and, God forbid, passed away, that might be the type of thing that make people go, oh, well, he was full of shit. Oh, my God. But who knows at this point? You, of course, wouldn't want that to happen. But then there's this on the Pat McAfee show afterwards. I've never listened to the show until this show. And there's a few people that assist him. Some guy named Ariel, I don't know, who, for some reason, he's wearing a luchador mask in this. And after Rodgers is done, these guys are discussing it. And this guy starts making fun of Rodgers. Now, I can only imagine that McAfee probably was like, oh, fuck, because he's not going to say shit. Okay, because they're friends. And I think that is it's a little weird. I mean, seriously, why can't you just say, look, Aaron, You're my friend, and I know where you're coming from. However, this is what people would want me to ask you. What about? And then boom, boom, boom. Ask him something. Ask him a fucking question. He didn't ask him anything. It was just basically Aaron Rodgers' podium to talk to 2.5 million people about all of his bullshit and his nonsense that is 100% false. Okay? So nobody checks him on it. And then this happens after the fact when Rodgers is no longer participating. He's not even on the Zoom or whatever, however the fuck they did it. And this guy busting Aaron Rodgers.
Mr. Not So MVP said I consulted with Joe Rogan. Can we talk about that? That nonsense? Okay, you had me up until that point, buddy. But come on. I consulted with Joe Rogan. I consulted with the UPS guy.
UPS guy isn't making, like 80 mil a year and probably has access to a lot of the highest, but I understand what you're saying. I did.
So basically, that was McAfee, who always talks like he's off mic over here. McAfee said, oh, yeah, well, Rogan's got 80 million, so he knows what he's talking about. Now, Rogan's an idiot. Rogan's an absolute brainwashed fucking idiot. And so I love that this guy does that, busts him over.
He has access to a lot of the highest, but I understand what you're saying.
Golly, you had us there for a second, and then you start.
He didn't have it at any second.
Something with podcasters. Come on.
Hold on. So that is that's the.
And another point. Okay, if you have this doctor team, as you suggested, Aaron Rodgers. Okay. How horrible of a look is that when you have your quote unquote doctor team, and yet you don't consult doctor team when you actually get the COVID. You consult some meathead, knuckle dragging MMA podcaster. That would be like if any of you people got sick and banged on my door. Would you take advice from me? No, you call your fucking doctor. That is so stupid. Holy shit.
You are a journalist, like actual journalist. You used to be. I don't know if you're wearing a luchador mask right now. But
that's right.
Yeah, but is that probably what I'm going to take shit on, you think, for that? Because I actually immediately follow.
You better hope that's the only part you take. Golly. Hey, has Nick Khan called yet? I don't know if that's 8 p.m. start is on your schedule.
What's up with this guy's voice? He sounds like Screech.
Yeah.
Daddy-o.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you have?
Well, this is a bro show, isn't it? This is bro heaven. Bro mania. I would imagine of the 2.5 million people that listen to this show, like 2 are chicks.
What you know about, please. Jesus.
Golly,
all right, I can't take it. Fuck these guys.
Sit here.
Yesterday, the NFL broadcast, who was it? Michael Strahan, Howie Long, Terry Bradshaw. I forgot the other guy's name. JB? Is that his name? No, I don't know. Whatever. Doing the pregame show, and they're discussing Aaron Rodgers. Terry Bradshaw is the one who really kills him.
And I respect his attitude toward
Jimmy Johnson
being an individual. But this is a team game. And in all honesty, I'm disappointed in his play on words for his explanation. I'm disappointed in some of his selfish actions.
He's talking about when he said he's immunized, which, by the way, he wasn't immunized, okay? And another thing, he said, oh, yeah, I'm immunized. I've taken all these homeopathic things and all that shit. You weren't, okay? And then when he says I'm allergic to an ingredient in that's the anaphylaxis thing, that after you take the shot, you wait 15 minutes to see if you have a reaction. A very, very low number of people, like unbelievably low number of people, have a reaction to it. That's what he's referring to. And I think he's lying. I don't think he has any allergy to anything. My opinion is he lied. And then when he talks about the J&J, oh, yeah, and it was blood clots. So, they pulled that. Well, they have, you can get that shot now. That has been resolved. It was such a low number of women who got it. It was like 40 women who developed blood clots. That's not quite even close to what you're describing. He made it seem like, oh yeah, half the population. Then they pulled it and it's gone. That's not true at all. People do get the J&J vaccine. Okay, so a lot of weirdness out of Aaron Rodgers there. So it wasn't so much semantics of what he was saying. He's not vaccinated and he's not immunized. There's nothing.
You know, I agree with Aaron when he says what I do with my body is a personal decision.
I agree with that too, except about COVID and vaccination.
But it's
not a personal decision. Shouldn't be.
To be a personal decision when you take part in being part of a football team in a building with coaches, players, trainers, equipment men, period. And you run the risk of taking...
I have no idea why all these midshipmen are cheering.
...something home to your wife, your children, your grandchildren. And also from a football standpoint, this team's sitting at 7-1, and there certainly would be in vying for the only bye in the playoffs in the first round. And also the best home field advantage in football is where? Green Bay in January, 23 below zero. Yeah. Putting all of that in jeopardy and possibly putting your teammates in jeopardy, to me, is selfish.
Okay, now here's Bradshaw. Now Bradshaw, of all the other guys, they've kind of indicted him, but they haven't really let him have it, you know? Bradshaw is going to let him have it. And Bradshaw I can't even go so far with this because of something he says, and I'll double back.
I'd give Aaron Rodgers some advice. It would have been nice if he'd have just come to the Naval Academy and learned how to be honest.
Yeah. That's kind of stupid.
Learn not to lie, because that's what you did, Aaron. You lied to everyone. I understand immunized. What you were doing was taking stuff that would keep you from getting COVID-19. You got COVID-19. Ivermectin is a cattle dewormer. Sorry, folks. That's what it is.
Okay. Now, look. Ivermectin. Yes, it is. However, not in human form. Humans can take ivermectin. It's again, I can't even go that far. He's not taking it in when you give it to a cow, you basically just go and just spray a big load of it in his mouth, okay? And it's in pill form, and it's a very small, and it's used to combat parasites, not viruses. It isn't a treatment in any way, shape, or form. We all know that. But Bradshaw doesn't care. He's saying, yeah, he's taking horse dewormer.
What you're doing was taking stuff that would keep you from getting COVID-19. You got COVID-19.
And I don't even know, by the way, he wasn't taking ivermectin to keep himself from getting COVID, was it? He didn't say that, did he? I mean, I thought he basically just said, yeah, I talked to Rogan. I'm taking ivermectin and HCQ, and I'm doing monoclonal antibodies. I'm doing the old kitchen sink remedy because I got it. I don't think he made it clear what he was doing to keep it. Because Aaron Rodgers is a fucking hippie. So it wouldn't surprise me if Aaron Rodgers was like fucking eating moss, standing in the sun, licking a cow's asshole, and saying a couple of shaman prayers to keep himself from getting COVID. And that was his idea of immunization. We don't know that, but...
you from getting COVID-19. You got COVID-19. Ivermectin is a cattle dewormer. Sorry, folks. That's what it is. We are a divided nation politically. We're a divided nation on the COVID-19, whether or not to take the vaccine. And unfortunately, we've got players that pretty much think only about themselves, and I'm extremely disappointed in the actions of Aaron Rodgers.
Well, another thing I would say, probably there are times to quote Martin Luther King, and this was not one of them as well.
All right, now that was Strahan, and they faded that clip out, but he did do that. Then at the end, he works in Martin Luther King into his struggles. So everybody is killing this guy except for the people that think like him, which is some of you, okay? Which is why I got a ton of pissed off people and here's how it works. Whenever I say what I want to say on Facebook, the way I said it, it seems like the people that agree with me, all you guys do is like it. You know, you're like, hey, thumbs up or something like that. And then the people that hate it, they write a book. And then you guys just let them go. I mean, Deggy follows up and tries to get involved in the war, but no one else does. You know, for God's sake, can you help me out here? I'm getting slaughtered by these fucking idiots. Holy shit. So that's basically it. Aaron Rodgers, I don't, at the end of the day, the guy's played a long time. He doesn't really give a shit what the fuck people think about him, I'm sure. But wow, what a turn. I honestly, I didn't see it coming. And then I see people starting to say, hey, he was just on McAfee. You got to listen to it. And I listened to the whole thing. And then I watched it too. It's like, shit, this guy is beyond brainwashed. My God. And then over the weekend, I think it's 24 states challenged the mandates, and a federal three-judge panel have said, hold the phone. Hold on. Let's, no. They have filed is it a restraining order to keep this from being enforced? It isn't going to be enforced by the Occupational Safety Health Administration until January 4th. The mandate so that private companies with 100 people or more would either have to get vaccinated or they would have to agree to testing weekly and wear a mask. And if you don't do that, if the OSHA guy comes in to, all right, you guys got your hard hats on, you got your vaccination cards, all right, you're not vaccinated, boom, fine. That's what OSHA wants to do. That's what the federal government wants to do. And so now a judge, 24 states. Is it 24 states? Well, yeah, so about half, and that makes sense. No doubt Republican states are like, oh, the fucking phone here. We're gonna file a lawsuit on behalf of all these patriots. So now it's tied up in the court. And this is going to quickly go to the Supreme Court, where it'll probably be struck down. It would be a miracle, I think, if they maintain it. But if you're in a state, though, I guess I don't know. If one state challenges it and it goes to I think that if the court rules, that would mean that nationwide it would be like on hold. I think that's how it's going to go. And if that's how it goes, that's how it goes. I mean, you got obviously Democratic White House saying, oh, no, we got to do this, gets OSHA behind it. And then states like, I don't think so. We're going to fight this. And they seem to be quite easily defending that right now. Would not surprise me if this just goes away over time, All right. And for some of you, that'll make you happy. You'll be like, yes, let's go, Brandon. Fuck you. Fuck that guy. I'm not taking your poison. Shit. Can't we just be friends? Can I just look you in the face and say that you're a stupid shit and we can still be friends? Why can't I do that? Why can't I look you in the face and say you're a fucking dummy and then I still love you? Okay? Why is that out of line? Okay? I love you. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Like Sarah there. She's a dumbass. Oh, no, fuck that. I'm not yet putting that in my body. Okay. So that was a huge story over the weekend. Holy shit. In fact, I got to do this. It's bugging me. Going over some of the attacks by people on my Facebook page is quite entertaining to me. So this is how it was. I was up north raking leaves. I made the post. And a couple of minutes goes by, and it just gets one like. The first person to give me a thumbs up was Rainbow Flag Jeremy. It's like, oh, Jeremy liked it. And then I'm like, okay, I wonder if this is going to catch fire. Okay, usually, if I throw something out there like this, it does catch fire. This is the most polarizing thing in recent memory. It's right up there with, the election and Black Lives Matter. If you throw anything out about those topics, you're going to get some serious heat. I see Joe Martinez got into an argument with a guy named Lewis. And Lewis was just a dick. He went down the road of getting so mean. It was really weird. He started to attack Joe Martinez about about his education. And really, really strange. Oh, yeah, look at you and your community college education, you loser. And Joe's like, wait, what? What the hell's this got to do with it? And this guy wrote, Joe Martinez, sorry, I shouldn't, because Joe's on my side. He's smart. He wrote, sorry, I shouldn't try to debate a guy with a community college education. And Joe responds, he goes, well, yeah, you don't have any education, because the guy didn't list his education on his profile. I guess these guys look at each other's profiles to form their insults. And this guy said, I have 2 MAs and I'm wrapping up a PhD and already make way more money than I need. What the fuck are you doing? And so that's when I wrote, what's wrong with a community college education? Did you look at his profile to formulate your insults to the guy? But, oh, my God. The murdering that I got. Let's see. God, I should have had this ready to go. There was some really good ones. Hold on. Give me a second. I hate this. I hate that I'm doing this. I just unfollowed your ass. You haven't been nothing since the free beer and hot wings show. I said, fair enough. Sorry to see you go. Thanks for the dramatic announcement, Snowflake. You're such a hack, Eric Zane. You have no idea, and yours, Y-O-U-R. You have no idea what the fuck you are even talking about. You're, Y-O-U-R, just try to be some 2-bit shock jock. What the fuck? What the fuck ever? What am I getting wrong, I say? And he goes on and gives me a history lesson about treatments similar to Aaron Rodgers. He refers to me as a typical lib. Hey, Eric, Michael writes, stop trying to coattail off a popular podcaster to get your name out there. You're nothing but a failed and bitter, judgmental little reactionary radio wannabe acting like you know more than someone just because CNN told you so. Get Rodgers on your, quote, show, or whatever you call it, and then have your tens of listeners to hear you really grill him with your knowledge. Oh, wait. You're too busy being not popular enough for him to notice your little internet show or whatever it is. I keep you on my Facebook just to remind me what a silly, mean...
Welcome to Parent Teacher Night. Oh, yes, Miss Garner.
If you have one of those airline credit cards, you're probably not earning double miles on every purchase.
You're right. My card only gets extra miles on some types of purchases.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles everywhere.
Wait, but where can we use them?
You can use Capital One Venture Miles on any travel purchase.
Venture gets an A+.
Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Judgmental little fella you are. You don't disappoint. Holy shit. Ken Evans from, what is it? What is he on now? 95.7 in Grand Rapids. McAfee was literally stifling laughter when talking to him, but he wouldn't call him out because of his brand. His brand is full of a lot of these knuckle draggers. Nobody yelled at Ken Evans. BK Craw says, yet another reason why I don't listen to your show anymore. Come on, man. This is what everyone's fucking talking about. What do you want? Here's your choices. Either have someone to not address this, okay? And that's ridiculous in my opinion. This has been, if it not for the Travis Scott thing, which I'm going to get to, this is the biggest story of the weekend. And what do you want? Do you want someone on there trying to satisfy both groups of people? I mean, is that really what you would listen to anything for? Someone kind of tiptoeing around like, oh, I don't want to offend this side. I don't want to. No, fuck that, man. This is how I feel, and that's how you feel. And at the end of the day, we're all in the same race, the human race. And if I want to look at you and say, you're a fucking moron, at the end of the day, I still love you. You're still a wonderful person. You're still a human being. I want nothing but the best for you, but you're fucking wrong. Okay? Or do I just sit there and kiss your ass and say something that I don't believe? No, fuck that. I say what I want to believe. That's why it's called the Eric Zane Show podcast. It's not your podcast. This is mine. And you do with it what you will. So I don't know. Anybody who sits there and says, I don't listen to you because you don't think exactly how I think. Well, that's fucking stupid. Blah, 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 blah. I love him even more now. His body, his choice, right? And I wrote, yes, unfortunately, that's true. I wish it wasn't. Maybe one day. As much as I like your shit, Eric, I'd be willing to bet Rodgers is far smarter than you. And I wrote, I disagree. Richard Batdorf, he went crazy. He wrote something, I left it alone, and then I came back and got into it with him. And God, what did he say? Eric, I used to have a lot of respect for you. I followed you. Hold on. Eric, you see, I used to have a lot of respect for you. I followed. By the way, these people don't listen to the show at all. Because if anybody listened to my show for any amount of time, you know exactly where I fucking stand on this. This is no surprise. This is a surprise to Richard based on something he sees on Facebook, of all things. So he doesn't fucking listen anyway, so who gives a shit? I used to have a lot of respect for you. I followed you when you went to do the podcast. I now see why you've lost all of your radio jobs till you went solo. Because I said what I believe, if that's what you mean, because that's all I'm doing here. I mean, this is what people want, right? Someone to say what's on their mind. What's wrong with that? How offensive? I didn't say it. Okay, this is the original post that I read that caused this guy so much trouble. I said I wasn't going to read it, but I have to now. This is what got these people so pissed off. Just so we're on the same page, prior to yesterday's Pat McAfee show, and then I linked it so you could hear it for yourself, I describe Aaron Rodgers as one of the best who's ever played. I disliked him because he was so good. Aloof, mysterious, cocky, with ice water in his veins. Now he's merely another misinformed knucklehead blurting out nonsense and solidifying why in the U.S. we're number one for COVID. Oh, and Pat McAfee show, congrats on not offering anything to this. For God's sake, ask a question, man. Horrible. And stop offering the excuse that all you know is sports. It's total cop-out and weak. And it was. So that's all I wrote. And, holy shit. You'd have thought that I was saying the N-word, walking into the YMCA with a camera behind me or something like that. And then everybody caught it and posted it. Where is Richard again? God, I lost my spot. I feel like a dick. I used to have a lot of respect for you, Eric. Now I see why you lost all your radio jobs. You rub people the wrong way over time. You say the wrong things. You think you're smarter than them. Why? You've shown a penchant for being arrogant, and you're really no smarter than any of us. I wrote, save the speech, Patton. Go watch the football game. So that was, every handful of minutes, I'm looking at Facebook up at Fear Bunker North. More people piling on, killing me. Holy shit. Listen to what Tyler Doan wrote. This one takes the case. Case. I will never get COVID. Therefore, I will never need to get injected with a cocktail made by the Mad Hatter himself. That's what Tyler said. And I wrote, Tyler, really? How do you know that? And this is what Tyler wrote. Mind power. This is Tyler's fucking a kook. Mind power, Eric. Mind power. I've traveled in 3 different airplanes to multiple states. I worked at an airport. I worked at a homeless shelter. I've hung out with people while they had it. Lived with 2 people who had it. I tell COVID it has no place in my life, and it listens. That's what Tyler feels. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. What a weekend for that. And it went on and on and on. That's a quote from the Christmas Story movie. When he wins the major award, I didn't think I would get it. Is that right? Well, maybe he did. I have no idea. Maybe he's just trolling me. But I think Tyler actually believes that he is not going to get it. Don't, you idiot. All right. What a saga. Eclipsed only by the Travis Scott insanity. Oh, boy. Folks, this is what I want you to do. It's sponsor time again, and my friends at My Policy Shop Insurance, that would be the one and only Frank the Tank Fuss. Here you go. Open enrollment for Obamacare. 616-914-4070. 616-914-4070. Frank is a licensed independent insurance agent / broker. He can help you from anywhere in the United States. If he can't help you by himself, when you call that number, he'll hand you off to one of the people in the respective state that you live in. In Michigan here, licensed broker, that's who I deal with. I call Frank every year, and he sets me up with my insurance on healthcare.gov. He asked me about my life changes. Okay, yeah, Jackie doesn't need the insurance anymore. She's got her big girl job. She's got her own insurance. Okay, we're going to make a change there. You need this policy. You need this dental insurance policy. How are you on life insurance? How are you on this? He does everything. This guy is an insurance guru. Medicare, we just finished. Well, actually, enrollment is open for a little while longer. It just opened up in October. You can still take advantage of that. Okay, with any changes to Medicare for you or any of your loved ones who take advantage of that, just reach out to Frank and let him work his magic. 2 ways you can do this. Call or text 616-914-4070 or go to buyinsurancehere.com. Fill out the form, and Frank will call you. We have paintball. Paintball War 16, the Slaughter the Pilgrims extravaganza. It is on Sunday, November 21. I'll see you at TC Paintball. I think we're starting at 4. I think part of it will be outdoors, maybe some of it indoors. I'm not quite sure because the days are now short all of a sudden. I'll find that out. But anyway, I need to know if you're coming, all right? Send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com, if you will be there. And I would love the newbies to come play paintball. It's $35, 3 hours of fun. Okay? Reach out to me, eric@ericzaneshow.com. You get the mask, you get the paint, you get the gun. If you need any upgrades, you can take care of it there before you get started. Free pizza party from BC Pizza beforehand. And off you go. Great time at TC Paintball. Let me know, eric@ericzaneshow.com, if you are coming. Okay, Bennett Flooring Installation. Remind you that if you are in West Michigan, and Cardiff probably did a commercial for Bennett Flooring Installation over the weekend, call or text Jacob Bennett, 616-318-0167. If you are in West Michigan, he will travel. He will measure the room and tell you, okay, you want to put down whatever it is you want to put down here, carpet, vinyl plank, tile, hardwood, doesn't matter. Okay? Ceramic. This is what you want done. For me to put what you want down here, it's going to cost you this much. This is how much see, what you're paid for is just their labor, okay, and maybe some of their supplies to get your floor in perfectly. You've done the heavy stuff, hard work of ripping out the old flooring. You've already purchased the flooring that you want installed. They're just installing it. It's a great way to do it. Make it look as professional as you would expect from a professional putting down flooring, and you're not paying what you're, the full freight for if somebody's doing the whole job, for you. You can rip out the old stuff. Who can't do that? 616-318-0167. Have Bennett Flooring Installation install the flooring for you if you are in West Michigan. Okay. It's intermission time because Eric's got to go tinkle. Yeah. All right. Oops. What am I doing? Dude, he needs a better chair. This is a great chair. This is like a $450 chair. My chair is fine. What are you talking about? Does it look bad? This is a, God, I forgot the company that makes it. Julie gave me this chair for free. She's giving me a number of chairs free. I've got chairs from everybody. The Zaniacs gave me chairs. I got so many chairs I don't know what to do with. Okay. Rick wants me to call him. Oh, shit. Rick from TC Paintball. That's good, because I got a question for him, too. He's going to say, you look so amazing in that sundress.
Mover! It's a beautiful mover!
Yes! I remember that. It was a Brian Johnson thing.
I love that Brian Johnson song.
Yeah, he really gets it. He goes after it.
He definitely goes after it.
Hey, question.
Yeah.
November 21. What are we doing? Outdoor, indoor?
It's probably going to be a mixture.
Okay.
If we could get like the pizza consumed by like 4:30, 4:45, we can spend like an hour doing some games on the outdoor village field, and then we'll come inside and finish it up on the indoor airball field.
Okay. So we'll start at 4 then.
Yeah, that's what we planned, right?
Yeah. That's what I said, but I wanted to get 100% confirmation.
Oh yeah, well it'll change 4 times between now and then, I'm sure.
We got a record number of Mexicans. Yeah, that whole gaggle is coming.
Is that Gabe the Honduran or is it Mexican?
Gabe the Honduran leads the Mexicans.
Oh, he's leading the charge? What flag is he carrying?
I don't know. I think he's kind of like a adopted son of Mexico.
Oh, okay. I don't know how that works down there.
I don't either. Because everybody knows they're all the same, right?
Well, I mean, this is your podcast. You said it.
I'm totally kidding. That's what an idiot would say. Anyway, yeah, you had you heard me tell the story about how my spare tire is rusted to the bottom of my vehicle.
Right, and that still may be the case, but I'm not sure if you fully understand how that contraption works.
No,
it's a little hoist pulley system. It's on a cable.
Yeah.
And when you look underneath it, you're seeing the little retainer, but you don't have to loosen that bolt. If you look on the back of the bumper right around where the license plate is, there should be a hole in the back of the bumper that you stick your lug wrench in, not your 4-way style, but a regular long with a screwdriver blade.
Yeah.
Lug wrench through that hole, and you turn the mechanism to drop the spare tire down.
Oh.
Now, it's still possible that could be frozen up because they do get frozen over time.
Yeah.
But you don't have to loosen that bolt that you were referring to earlier.
Right. But the wheel itself, like the actual metal, is like hardcore rusted.
Nah, you're being over-exaggerative right there.
No, really?
I'm sure it's fine. Yeah.
So wait a minute.
They just don't rot through like that. You know what I mean?
No?
I mean, they're made to be strong. Yeah. I mean, I used to be in the body shop industry, so I used to work on cars, in and around cars a lot. I had to deal with those things a lot. I've never been worried about any wheel that had some surface rust on it being unsafe. Sometimes that rust can get on where the bead is the tire meets the wheel, and if that's the case, then that can create a little bit of a leak. But it's going to start with a slow leak. It's not just gonna blow up.
Yeah. Sexy voice Andrea says, thank you, Rick, for explaining this to him. Oh my God. So she's basically saying I'm a dumb fuck.
But did I mansplain it? Did I
well,
explain it?
I'm glad you did. I don't have a problem with that at all. If I don't know things, I'm glad when people explain things to me, except for about COVID.
I just hope I don't sound stoned.
No.
No, I'm good?
No, you sound fine.
I'm not over abbreviating words or nothing like that?
Oh, like I get it, like Kyle. Oh, my God. Jesus. Okay, really good. Well, that sounds excellent, man. I'm happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go check that out. If you can't figure it out, I'll help you with it. But
Should I start
this week? I leave for World Cup this week, so I'll be gone at a tournament all week.
Wait a minute, World Cup? What do you mean?
Yep.
You're going to a soccer tournament?
And it's not necessarily a soccer tournament. It's a paintball tournament. Maybe we stole the word or the name, but it is the Paintball World Cup, the biggest tournament in the world.
Where is it? Like, is Sheboygan? Florida.
Yeah, it's in Kissimmee, Florida, right near Disney.
Oh, okay. And you guys are just going to watch because they only let pro teams?
Oh my God! You're just poking, aren't you? You're just poking at me. No, we're not going to watch. We're going to compete. We're hoping to get over the hump and have a good showing here.
Okay. All right. Well, and that's coming up when again?
I leave tomorrow, early tomorrow morning, and I'll drive. I'm driving, so I'll drive all the way through the day. We'll practice on Wednesday. We'll play on Thursday and Friday, and if we make finals, we'll play on Sunday.
Okay, so you're competing in the open just for fun tournament.
Oh my God. You are in rare form. It is not just for fun. Myself, my team, and my entire industry takes this particular event pretty serious, so we're going to go down there and do as good as we can do.
Okay. Good luck. Thanks for putting up with my shit.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Rick from TC Paintball. Oh, God. Woo-wee. Yeah. Okay. Raise your hand if prior to this weekend you had never heard of Travis Scott. Someone said, hey, you heard what happened to the Travis Scott show? So who is he, a skateboarder? No, dude, he's like the biggest rapper in the history of everything. I was like, I have never heard of this person. Yeah, there was a stampede. I was like, well, that's weird. In order for there to be a stampede, wouldn't there have to be people? I've never heard of him. This is another example of just how when you're old like me, you just lose touch with what is what young people are into. It's called Astroworld. Travis Scott's show, I guess. He's a rapper. This is in Houston. I don't know why they call it Astroworld. I think that used to be the name of a now defunct amusement park in and around there. Whatever. Doesn't matter. 50,000 people. And the show starts. And, okay, so they're all like, it's all like you just stand. Okay, there's not like seating. It's just 50,000 people in a space. Near the stage, there's fencing. So it's finite. You can only go so far. The show starts. People start surging. And all of a sudden, 8 people dead, including a 14-year-old. A dozen or so injured. It's hard to even understand the mechanism that causes a person to die. Some just couldn't breathe because you're just so surrounded by people, and especially a person who's short, and all of a sudden they don't have any air, their lungs get compressed. And what a fucking way to go. Holy shit, this sounds like the worst thing I've ever heard ever. And the first thing I thought of was in the 1980s, I believe, late 1980s, maybe early 90s, Sheffield Wednesday. What the fuck? That game against Nottingham Forest, soccer game. What was it called again? In England. Sheffield. Hillsborough. Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield, South Yorkshire, England, April 15th, 1989. At the end of the field, same thing. It was a series of errors that had all these people from the soccer fans going into one particular area, way overcrowded. They start surging, and then massive amount of crush takes place. People die, and horrible. One of the worst. There was a documentary on HBO or something like that, or ESPN, about it, and oh my God, there's images that you'll never forget. Don't look it up. I'm not going to link it. Don't look it up. Oh my God, the things that you saw as and that's the first thing I thought of when I heard about this. So, ooh boy, this is gruesome. And there's video of a young girl. Okay, she climbs this riser where the cameraman is, and he's got headphones and a microphone thing, and she goes, "Hey, somebody's dead over there. I need you to call help." And he's like, "Get the fuck out of here, you crazy bitch!" And he doesn't want anything to do with her. And so, God, what a helpless, horrible thing. And I guess this will probably change that the show industry forever, because there's going to be massive lawsuits that will decimate Live Nation and Travis Scott. He's going to get sued. Drake's getting sued. They've already started to get sued by people who were hurt. The people that are grieving with the dead haven't gotten around to that yet for obvious reasons, but it's going to change everything. No more will there be shows like this. And it's just too bad that common sense couldn't have led them to, I mean, what the fuck else do you think is going to happen? Because as I understand it, these shows with this artist have often led to some pretty serious shit that has gone down. So, and there's also the specter of, did Travis Scott, was he aware from the stage that something horrible had happened? And why didn't he stop the show? Or why didn't he do something? You know, even if there's just people getting hurt, let alone death. Holy shit. All right. So I'm looking at this article from the Los Angeles Times. On his 2018 song Stargazing, the rapper revealed in his crowd's heaving energy, "It ain't a mosh pit if ain't no injuries." This will all be used against him. I can promise you, in the lawsuits. They will say that his history of instigating the fans to really let loose had set a precedent. I can promise you that anybody who's suing him will use that against him. I was reading, and might say it in this article, that his team were going through and deleting all old tweets that led to anything suggesting chaos or mayhem or, shit like that at any of his shows. Reputation as an incendiary live performer arguably exceeds his recorded music as the main driver of his current popularity. But the penchant for inspiring chaos on stage has led to troubling situations long before the Friday Astroworld crowd stampede disaster. And it wasn't necessarily a stampede like people running. They were just all smashed in there together. People would pass out and fall down, and then other people would walk on them. I mean, that's how people died. There was also an incident where one person, a security guard, was stabbed in the neck with some type of narcotic or whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know. And he, who knows what that was? And he was incapacitated. They had to bring him back with Narcan, whatever the fuck that shit is. That seems like every kid under 18 gets every other week these days. Let's see. His reputation, incendiary live performer. long before Astroworld. Scott has twice faced criminal charges related to inciting crowds into overheated fervors. Before the incident, the rapper pleaded guilty in 2015 to charges of reckless conduct after cajoling fans at Lollapalooza to climb over barricades and onto the stage with him during the show at the festival. Everyone in a green shirt, get the fuck back, Scott said, referencing the festival's security guards' middle finger up to security right now. He then led the crowd in a chant of, "We want rage." Scott often refers to his fans as ragers. Scott's set lasted barely 5 minutes, whereupon he fled the scene and was soon apprehended by local cops. So he has a history of this happening. Apparently in the show at Astroworld, the barricade broke or something like that, and a lot of people said the show should have been stopped right there. Wasn't. In April 2017, a man named Kyle Green sued Scott after he attended a show at Terminal 5 in New York City where Green claims fans pushed him off an upper deck balcony. A different fan jumped from the same balcony in a widely seen video after Scott pointed him out and encouraged him to leap off. "I see you, but are you going to do it?" Scott said from the stage. "They going to catch you. Don't be scared. Don't be scared." Jesus. Green was left partially paralyzed by the incident. Reached by Rolling Stone after the Astroworld incident, an attorney for Green said that he's devastated and heartbroken for the families of those who were killed and for those individuals who were severely injured. He's even more incensed by the fact that it could have been avoided had Travis learned his lesson in the past and changed his attitude about inciting people to behave in such a reckless manner. So he's fucked. Drake is fucked. Live Nation is fucked. Whoever owns the property is fucked. And I don't think you'll ever be able to see a show like that ever again. I mean, there'll be serious things in place to keep people safe, and it seems to me that it's insane that this was even a possibility. That's why I like going to shows of artists, that I like. When I go see whoever, the shit I like, whatever, J.J. Grey or a show at Meyer Gardens or, Bob Seger, the audience can't even stand because their bones are so weak and they're so old and feeble. You see canes at every glance and walkers and shit like that. I mean, that's to me, if I'm at a show and someone even stands up to use the bathroom, I'm like, "Oh, you fucking asshole. What the fuck are you doing? Sit down. And don't dance. No, you want to watch them perform. You fucking idiot." When I went to see the Beastie Boys and Run DMC years ago, I mean, it was nothing like that. Holy shit. Nowadays, the kids are so stupid that you just go there and there's a pretty high risk you're going to die. So, whereas all the young people nowadays, they look at the old people and say, "We're so much better than you. We're woke. We've got a better grip on reality. We're more aware of the world. We're protecting the environment. We're doing all these great things. We're so much smart. We say no to racism and transphobia. We say we're so much smarter than you old fucking bastards." And then here they are dying because you know what? They're still as stupid as they always have been. You fucking morons. All right. By the way, who lets a 14-year-old into that show? That's fucking terrible. Holy fuck. I cannot believe that. In 2019, Scott wrote, "Do youth dem control the frequency?" on an Instagram video of he's 28 years old at the time. An Instagram video of fans storming barricades at one of his shows. "Everyone have fun. Ragers set tone when I come out tonight. Be safe. Rage hard." That's like Trump telling him, "Yeah, go raid the Capitol. Go raid and take back your freedom. Go storm the Capitol. Go in there and break every window, but be safe." I don't know who's worse, Trump or Travis Scott? Trump should have Travis Scott appear at one of his fucking rallies. All right. So that's it. Just a fucking shit show. I'll actually link this Los Angeles Times article up. There's a lot more to it. He performed for 1 hour while people were dead. Are you telling me that no one knew? No one said to him, "Hey, guess what? There's people that are dead out in the crowd. You might want to say something." Patriot Nick says woke is just another word for stupid. You may be woke, but I'm awake, and you're rolling around sleepwalking through this reality. I don't know. That term has kind of become a bit of a problem. I'll say that. It's like anything. It's like BLM used to mean something good. Now it's pretty much a shit show. Woke is right up there with it. You definitely don't want to be described as woke, which is why I take great offense when a piece of shit moron like Aaron Rodgers says, "The woke mob's gonna get me." Yeah, I'm the farthest thing from woke, idiot. I'm not woke. Anybody who says I'm woke is an absolute idiot. Does a person who's woke look you all in the face and say, "Go fuck yourself"? No, absolutely not. Asshole of the Day nomination for Travis Scott early. Okay. What an absolute shit show that was. Football over the weekend. I think the big story has to be the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans are now 7-2. Oh, my God. The Tennessee Titans beat the Rams in L.A. Okay, they have quietly become a main contender in the AFC. That is fantastic. You got the Chargers beating the Eagles. You got the Cardinals beating the 49ers. We talked about the Packers, of course, fucking everything up, laying an egg against the Chiefs. That is excellent. I'm so glad that happened. To me, any team that takes on Aaron Rodgers' team. The Browns take care of business in an upset over the Bengals. How about that? The Browns are in turmoil with OBJ. Fuck him. Baker Mayfield, he's done. And the Bengals have been on a tear. And shit, the Browns beat them? Oh, my God. Mac Jones and the Patriots have quietly improved dramatically. They beat the shit out of the Panthers 24-6. You got the Falcons over the Saints. The Colts beat the fuck out of the Jets. The Jaguars upend the Bills. Are you kidding me? What the fuck is going on? The Bills are they have done so well. Josh Allen and the Bills and the Jaguars, Urban Meyer and the Jaguars somehow managed to beat the Bills in a horrible 9-6. What the fuck? Oh my God. And then the Giants beat the Raiders. Okay. Now you expected the Raiders. Okay. It's just been quite a few weeks for them. And I've got more news on the Raiders. The Titans, they win. Talked about that. And then the Raiders, you had John Gruden, that debacle. And then you had Henry Ruggs III, that catastrophe. So the team is like, man, what are we going to do? And now we have this guy named, I think it's Damon, D-A-M-O-N. It might be Damon. I'm guessing he pronounces it Damon Arnett, and he looks like an idiot. You would think that days after the Henry Ruggs incident, that you would avoid. I mean, the team has been on a tear for bad press. Gruden, Henry Ruggs III, How can anybody, if you're running the Raiders at this point, Mark Davis, you march in and say, okay, everybody's on lockdown. Social media goes dark. No one does anything. Keep your mouth shut. You're all squeaky clean for the rest of the year because we need to distance ourselves from the guy who killed this woman and her dog. We need to distance ourselves from John Gruden. Everybody lay low. And if you're Damon Arnett, you're like, hold my beer. Because he got in a Twitter fight with anybody, just some fan who was dogging him. Damon Arnett pulls out like an AK-47, like a real assault rifle, a real one. And he's walking around holding up his phone, waving the gun, saying, I live 5 minutes from you. I'm going to fucking kill you. Oh, my God. He's threatening to kill people on social media. Holy shit. Waving the gun around and doing exactly that. Oh, no. This guy was recently in the news after a woman sued him after an alleged hit-and-run incident stemming from last year. So, complete with proof. I'm looking at pictures from the incident. So this guy's an idiot. But if you're the Oakland Raiders, you're like, what the fuck is next? Are you serious? I said Oakland Raiders. I meant Las Vegas Raiders. Jesus. One thing after another with these morons. All right. I've got T-shirts. You can get them. EricZaneShow.com. Okay. Go there, pick one out. You got perfect for the cooler days we have right now. A hoodie. Different designs, different colors, all there, EricZaneShow.com. Click on merch. Off you go. Back Alley Comedy Club. I should say Full House Comedy. Let me change that right now because I keep screwing that up. FullHouseComedy.com. By the way, the Michael Winslow shows got postponed till January. I don't know what the fuck happened with that, but that did happen. If you want to go see a comedy show, and who wouldn't, one of the many Full House comedy venues, go to FullHouseComedy.com. You got November 12th. Shane Smith is at Back Alley. Then on the 14th, he's at Billy's Lounge. Okay? Plenty of shows coming to town, including Rob Little and Eddie Griffin. Just go to FullHouseComedy.com and check out a show at one of the several Full House comedy locations in and around West Michigan. Stand by. Near the end of the 2 hours, the voice starts to go. Tea, honey, I don't know, something. A&E Heating and Cooling. Call or text Joe Martinez at 616-516-8579 to get that furnace tuned up. I just heard from John and Jennison. He said Joe and the crew, or one of the crew, was at his house taking care of business. Please do this because, first of all, you want your furnace running at peak efficiency, especially this year. It's going to be very expensive to heat your home and keeps it safe. Okay, check on the furnace, make sure there's no carbon monoxide leaks, things like that, and check on the life of it. That it has a finite life, does your furnace. And the good thing, the good news is Joe can tell, yep, your time is running short on this. You can make it another season or two, but start planning for a new furnace install. Joe will install a Comfort Maker brand of furnace or air conditioner. Call him 616-516-8579. If my voice continues to fail, I am going to pull the plug on this show. Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider for the podcast, 616-200-8550. Anything at all you need in terms of contracted project work or managed work for your small or medium-sized business. Blue Frost IT, 616-200-8550. Call or text info at bluefrostit.com. All right. It's time to lighten the mood. We're going to do that with the story of David Fuller. Boy, this story coming to light. He worked as a technical supervisor at a hospital. British detectives were searching the house of a 67-year-old hospital worker in connection with the murder of 2 women. And they thought that David Fuller was the guy. They had a pretty good lead on him, and they said, okay, let's get the warrant. Let's go get to the bottom of this and investigate. They're right. He did, in fact, murder 2 people. But you know this is bad when that is probably the best news in the story. The fact that he has murdered 2 people, because the other things they found out that he does or has done and has been doing at the hospital is, I don't know, 1,000,000 times worse. When the good news is that the guy is a murderer, you know it's bad. Fuller pleaded guilty last week to the 1987 murders of Wendy Nell and Caroline Pierce. So unsolved case being solved. You know, that's the thing. I don't know if it's DNA evidence or what. While they were there, the cops got a look at his hard drive, and there were images that they uncovered that said, whoa, wait a minute. Where did this happen? And he's like, well, I work at the hospital, and yeah, that's where I did those things. Wait a minute. This is the morgue at the hospital. Yeah, that's me. That's me having sex with that dead woman. 14 million images. Homemade 14 million images of countless stills, videos, footage of him having sex with the dead at a hospital in Kent, England. Oh. For the past 12 years, he's been having sex with dead women and dead kids. What? Think about that. 14 million images. Okay, let's do some math here. 12 years, 365 days a year. That's 4,380 days. Let's take 12... Wait a minute. 14 million. What did I say? 4,380? Okay. 14 million. See? Divided by 4,380 days. That averages to 3,196 images a day. It seems impossible. Oh, my God. Hard drives, handwritten diaries, hidden behind furniture, detailed the ages of those he molested for those 12 years. So they're actually describing it as molestation of the dead, according to Sky News. The age range, 9-year-old dead kid, 100-year-old woman. Fuller said the offenses took place he admitted everything, within the hospital morgues where he worked as a technical supervisor since 1989. It makes you wonder, did he take the job because he knew he was going to get tons of dead cold ass? Or did he become this because he worked with the dead or in a place where the dead were? And 12 years to pull this off and not get busted. And in fact, if he hadn't been investigated for those 2 murders in the 1980s, they would have never found this out. Investigators have so far detected 99 potential morgue victims, of which 78 have been identified. Can you imagine being like the coroner and wait a minute here. You mean to tell me no one noticed a fresh jizz patch on the dead? There's all these 99 dead people. And no one at the same hospital this smells This smells like fresh jizz in here. Kent police are working to identify any further victims, and specialist officers will contact families who may be directly affected. I wouldn't tell them. It has cost the community $2 million to draft 150 police family liaison officers tasked with victim. Okay, they had to pay the cops to go to the families of the victims and tell them. I wouldn't have told them. I would have just said, oh boy. I mean, think about that. It's sad enough that people pass away. I wouldn't have said it. I wouldn't have said a word to them. They're dead. But they did. They went ahead and went to the families of the victims and said, hey, guess what? Old so-and-so here, David Fuller, pounded your dead kid in the ass. Oh, no. The Daily Mail reported that less than a month ago, officers delivered the news to Nevrez Kamel that her daughter had been raped by Fuller 3 times after she had passed. Kamel ended up saying, oh, really? Oh, okay. And got a knife and went to the police station to stab the bad guy. And they actually found the knife on this enraged I guess it's a father, and ended up arresting that guy. If I'm the cops, I'm like, yeah, come on in, man. I'd let him I'd do like a Jack Ruby deal. He's right over there. Get him. And then just don't say a word. I don't know how he got stabbed. I mean, who the fuck cares? Nobody cares. I mean, that this guy's dead. A date for Fuller's sentencing is yet to be set. Okay, so now what is this going to do for Asshole of the Day? Are we looking at, is Travis Scott going to be upended on Asshole of the Day here by David Fuller, the guy who raped all the dead people? Jesus. Incredible. Nine to 5 at the morgue, overtime for the corpse. Dennis, that's inappropriate. The Duchess of New Jersey says, stop. Oh, my God. Eric, stop it. That's too graphic. Enough of this. Sarah says, oh, my God, are they okay? Look, I'm not going to give you credit for that joke because I already told you they were dead. Would you stop ruining my joke? That's a horrible effort there. You can't bust that out. I've given you the parameters of how that joke works, so shut up. Kate says, this is awful. It's a terrible story. I agree with you. I'm with you. It's a horrible story. It's still one I have to talk about, though, because the show has to go on. There has to be some comedy at some point in this show, and there is a funny element to it, and I'm still looking for it. You telling me to stop is the funny. All right, I'll stop. I'll go into another story. That's it. Lab meat is coming. Speaking of meat, lab meat is hitting U.S. grocery shelves next year. Quietly approved by the FDA and the USDA. No way. Nope. I'm not going to do it. I am not eating meat if it is approved by the FDA. Why? What's the matter? It's meat. There have not been long-term studies, and meat could have a terrible side effect. I will not be your guinea pig. No, I'm a patriot. I will not eat your FDA meat. It was just grown. It's what they do with science. It's still meat. No, it's the FDA. We can't trust them. Can't trust Big Pharma. It's Instead of being raised on a farm or a ranch, your meat could soon be grown in petri dishes in a high-tech lab. An Israeli company called Future Meat Technologies has built its first lab-grown meat plant. Plans to use bioreactors to churn out cell-cultured meat for American restaurants. This is the way of the world. This is the way it's going to be. The cattle industry is eventually going to go away. Farmers aren't liking it, but you know how it is. Nowadays, everybody is trying to be well aware of the environment. All these animals, they can't be farting. We got to get rid of them. The company plans to begin shipping test tube meat to the United States by the end of 2022. Let me ask you people this. If you've got two burgers, they look exactly alike. They're dressed up, they're perfect. You bite into both of them. They are both delicious. One is traditional, one is grown in a lab. You love them both. What does that do for you? Does that change your mind at all? I know in this room particularly, since this Twitch stream, this podcast is full of some real knuckle draggers, okay? Who don't, fuck no way, no how. If it tastes the same, are you going to eat it? I will try it. If it tastes the way I like it and I think I can get behind it, I'm going to eat that. All damn day. I'll tell you that right now. Will you? It's known as cellular meat. Production of the product involves getting stem cells from a live animal's muscles and then culturing them in a nutrient-rich liquid. Yeah, I know it sounds gross. I know it sounds weird. But, I mean, seriously, no one wants to see how the burger is made. This is never a pleasant process. The clusters of multiplying cells grow around what's described as a scaffold, which helps the tissue take on a desired shape. Nuggets or patties, for example. The result is a product that looks and tastes like meat because it's made from animal cells rather than plant-based products, the industry boasts. So all they've done is taken their know-how and created more muscle cells, which is what we eat when we eat our hamburgers. The FDA and the U.S. Department of Agriculture quietly gave lab meat the green light years ago. This has been going on for years, 2018. In a press release, the agencies announced that the FDA would oversee cell collection, cell banks, and cell growth and differentiation, while the USDA would oversee the production and labeling of the poultry and livestock products. Now, again, I know Team Knuckle Dragger in this audience is going to be like, no way, bad. No. Look, when it comes to making a test tube baby or in vitro fertilization, it's probably safe to argue that that's a hell of a lot more complex than making a hamburger. And we accept that as a practical way to do it. So would you just relax? Okay, this is no big deal. You gotta wake. This is the way of the world, okay? This is the way it's going to be done before you know it. Farms will be gone. All right? Tyson and Cargill, I don't know what Cargill is. It's the manufacturer of some industry meat provider, are the top two investors in lab-grown animal protein technology so far. So they obviously are all about this. The American Meat Science Association worries that lab-grown protein is not as safe or nutritious as traditional meat. And the people that make it say it's absolutely the same. All right. I am 100% behind this up until the taste test. I will taste it. That's as far as I'll go. I want this to work out. I would absolutely do this. By the way, Daisy is snoring so bad, I have got to get her out of this room for upcoming shows. In fact, I think I'm going to take a quick intermission to wrap up the show. How much do I have left? Yeah, I can't even tolerate it. She's so loud. Hang on. I'm going to take another quick intermission. Yeah, I can put up with a lot of things on the show, but I'm like, man, we can't hear it. Asshole of the day for you kicking her out. Well, it's bugging me, so I can't handle it. And if I see someone make a comment, Chris said, LOL, the snoring. Yeah, it's distracting. I don't want that. Watch her come right back and bark so much that he pauses it again. Might happen. If that happens, then I got to take her downstairs. Boy. No. She's snoring that loud. She's got to go. Shut up. Can't have it. All right. I would love you to become a sponsor of the podcast. I have a number right now that I had a guy reach out to me on Facebook, and he's like, hey, man, I've got a bar, and I think you and the Zaniacs should be filling it. And I go, that's a great idea. Bar, grill, restaurant, not far from here. Longtime friend of the family. He goes, can you call me? I go, yeah, let's do this. So I call him. Goes to voicemail. Leave a message. Leave a text. Nothing. Call again. Nothing. Call again. Nothing. Leave messages every time. Text again. Text again. Text again. Nothing. I'm like, dude, what? You called me. Such is the life of a podcaster trying to get sponsors. Anyway, if you have a business, you're damn right I can put you front and center with my audience. Reach out, eric@ericzaneshow.com, and I'll tell you how it works. Like Mario. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. No matter where you are in the U.S., you can get a mortgage from Mario. And look, the rates aren't going to stay low forever. So if you want to get a low one and refinance the house and get some money out of your home, maybe for a kid's wedding or college education, whatever it may be, you can absolutely do that. Okay? Let's say you've been paying on your home for, 12 years, and you've taken a pretty good dent out of it. And you're like, oh, man. And you're like sitting at a 3.5%, 3.8 interest rate. And you're like, yeah, how about I get a lower rate and get some money out of it? You can absolutely do that. And maybe even have it where you get this big wad of cash to do whatever you want from your home, okay? And you end up paying less per month. How? It's because your interest rate is lower. The interest rates are really low right now, okay? You can get a lower rate, but they're not going to stay low forever, so I suggest you reach out to Mario and see what he can do for you. 231-332-6505. If your credit is great, this is an easy process. If your credit's in the shitter, this is going to take a little bit more effort, and he is up for that, and he can absolutely help you. Everyone is equal with the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505 can help you anywhere in the U.S., no matter where you are, with the exception of South Carolina, Maine, Hawaii, and Alaska. Batting cleanup. Horizon Hydroponics. Thank you to them. Horizen, hydroponics.com. This is a business. Anywhere in the U.S. is where you can take advantage of this. And if you're growing, whatever you're growing indoors, if you're a cold weather climate, you need Horizon Hydroponics for all of the necessary supplies to make sure that your grow indoors is top notch. If you're in a warm weather climate, you can still grow outdoors, right? Isn't that how it works? I don't know. If you have any questions about what you're buying, go to horizonhydroponics.com. There's a phone number where a real live person is going to pick it up. Ask them a question about what you're thinking about buying online, and then you can make an informed decision. Buy what you want. Orders $250 and more, shipped anywhere in the U.S. for no charge. Use the coupon code ZaneShow at checkout to save you 10%. Or buy it online the same way, save 10%, and pick it up at one of the 4 brick and mortar locations. Alpine in Grand Rapids. Byron Center is the growers outlet. You got a store in Kalamazoo and a store in Lansing. All right. Thank you, Horizon Hydroponics. I'm having a hell of a time making sure this show on Compound Media that I posted is up and running. But so I got to check on this. But I was told my show on Compound Media is up and available for download. Go to compoundmedia.com and sign up either for a 3-dayer or sign up for a month or a year, whatever you want. And check out my show. It's now a regular feature on Compound Media. I've actually got a spot on the website. It says The Eric Zane Show. So I'm very, very happy about that. Thank you to E-Rock and Anthony for giving me that podium, that platform, if you will, to do my show. But I just posted it. I just had it posted, and someone said, there's no audio. I'm like, what? I got to call E-Rock. But anyway, if not today, it'll be up there tomorrow. Compoundmedia.com. I am very, very lucky to have them let me do that on their platform. Really, really good for the show. So, asshole of the day. I think we're down to Necro Lover or Travis Scott, right? Isn't that where we're going on this? What do you think? Talked about the A-10s, the Warthogs up north, Fear Bunker North, the mice. Holy shit. Diana says, I'm not going up there. Do you get rid of the mice? The leaves. Oh, my God. Aaron Rodgers on Pat McAfee. The guys on the Pat McAfee show busting Pat McAfee for Aaron Rodgers spouting out that he gets his medical advice from Joe Rogan. That was hilarious. Terry Bradshaw busts Aaron Rodgers saying he's taking horse dewormer. The insanity of the Travis Scott show. The horrible scenario that happened there. Football over the weekend. Another asshole for the Las Vegas Raiders. We had Necro Lover. Lab meat is coming. And I think that's it. Mike in beautiful Canada. Where are you, Ontario? Says Travis Scott. You're saying I got a nomination for Daisy for her snoring? You can't nominate Daisy for snoring. Come on. It's got to be between Travis Scott and Necro Lover. This person writes, the Astroworld stuff wasn't really Travis Scott. It was all the assholes that ran through the barriers. Not everybody agrees with that. Dead fucker. Asshole of the day. You guys are saying Travis Scott is more of an asshole of the day for something we don't even know than a guy who had sex with dead kids and 100-year-old ladies? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Travis Scott is culpable and is responsible, but you're saying he's worse than a guy that had sex, that had 14 million pictures of him putting his dick into a cold vagina. I don't know. That is really strange to me. All right, asshole of the day is got to be the Necro Lover. Jesus, you guys, come on. Yeah, Travis Scott over a guy that has sex with dead people. Morons. All right, that's your asshole of the day for today, and that's the show for today. Thank you to all of you who were part of the live stream. Enjoyed it. Please spread the word on your social media. Please follow me, twitch.com/Eric Zane Live. Kenny says current events. It's got to be Travis Scott over what happened years ago. No, the current event is they just busted the Necro guy. That is a current event story. Kenny is, I think what we're learning here is Kenny, his racism is showing. That's what we're learning. It's showing that Kenny's a racist. Kenny, at the end of the day, It seems like Kenny's a racist. Like he's just saying we should make Travis Scott the asshole of the day because he's a black guy. That's horrible. I can't believe you would say that. All right, he didn't really say that. Okay, folks, have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.